Well, I have the news we've been long waiting for, and that is, we do have a funding offer for Water District 6. The funding offer is for the full $2.8 million project. There's $885,000 worth of grant. The balance is in a 0% 30-year loan. That would result in an average user rate of $774 per EDU per year. It's really a great offer. It's one we've been waiting long for, and it's one I believe we can proceed with the project with. We have a lot of other project development steps ahead of us. With this in hand, we can begin those steps. First would be the district formation, and following that, we have several other items to address with bond resolutions and securing the financing with the complete final application. And but with that said, we've looked at some timelines to completing those. Of course, Mark feels some of mine are quite aggressive, and instilled a bit of reality into some of those. But we're looking at probably starting construction in mid-2014, if all goes well with those other project development steps. So that would be probably a likely start of construction with completion by the end of 2014, at least with all the major infrastructure components. If anything was to lag into 2015, it might be some minor site restoration things, getting grass to grow, things like that.
Matt, just to make the public aware of it, could you describe the different user rates and how that's going to affect the people that are on one side of Route 6 versus the other?
Sure, absolutely. This is $774 a year is the average, and the funding agency doesn't look at what you may want to do specifically for billing your users. They plug the numbers in for the cost of water, the debt, into coming up with an average. What the town board has proposed is a two-tier rate system, recognizing that there are some people in proposed Water District 6 that do not require the significant new infrastructure that most of those on Tibbetts Point Road will require. Therefore, they wouldn't have to contribute nearly as much to the debt retirement. So a two-tier rate was proposed, and since the 774 is an average, since those that we're calling rate B that don't require that new infrastructure, they're well below that average, which means the rest of the users are a little bit above that average to make it balance out. So those rates would depend on what type of long-term financing you do, but roughly the rate B is maybe 40% of rate A for an average user. And when I say average, that includes the purchase of water. So I'm estimating a household will use 150 gallons per year. If there's much less usage than that, it actually becomes more favorable to use a rate B.